Since taking office 50 days ago, Mayor Walsh has continued listening, learning, and leading. Not to mention lots of walking, talking, and traveling to every corner of the city.
Today I'm proud to be joined by the school committee in announcing the superintendent search.
After announcing the search committee for a new superintendent of Boston Public Schools, the mayor continued his quest to visit all 135 schools in the system, with a stop at the Elliott School in the North End.
The reason why I asked you if you have a dream, you gotta follow your dream, whatever it is.
At Kennedy Elementary School in Jamaica Plain, the mayor dropped in during February break to ask, and then take, a few pop quiz questions with Acceleration Academy students.
Where's the mayor work? City Hall. Why is it good to be in school this week? Give me one reason. Yes.
Why do you have to
I don't know. I ask that question every day. When I go home, I put on my sweatpants, my sneakers, sweatshirt, baseball hat.
Acceleration Academies ran in 22 schools over February break and give struggling students a chance to receive extra instruction time during vacation weeks that can equal 1 month of English language arts.
Test-taking strategies on how to attack multiple choice questions, and then over here we're doing a book club.
The mayor also took an opportunity to tour the future home of Boston Public Schools and an anchor in economic development in the Dudley neighborhood. Along for the tour was newly announced Chief of Economic Development, John Barrows.
For the first time, my new Chief of Economic Development, John Barrows.
All the efforts that are at the city to make sure that Boston is a place where everyone can succeed and there are opportunities where everyone at the table for.
Chief Barrows, the new urban mechanics team, and the mayor dropped by LearnLaunch, an education technology incubator, and the first in a string of visits with local entrepreneurs.
We need the Boston Public Schools to become an early adopter of our young companies' technologies, to try things out.
You know, one part of you had the sort of different sectors according to this. One part I didn't see was the communities, and they're struggling. They're struggling with dealing with data and then impact, right?
Yes.
And you know, bringing technology to that conversation and those partnerships and that nexus is a really big deal.
I missed you. What's your name again? I'm sorry. Yeah.
Me? Rita.
Rita is from Philadelphia. And Rita's here launching a company. Well, what I want to see, I want Rita's company to be successful. And then I want Rita to stay here in Boston. And I want that company to be launched in Boston, not take it back to Philadelphia. Now, she might go back to Philadelphia, but that's what we want to see happen. So we're going to do everything we can on our behalf of the city of Boston to make Boston a place where we become the tech capital of the world.
Later that day, across town in the newly named Innovation and Design Building in the Boston Marine Industrial Park, the mayor helped open the call for the 5th class of entrepreneurs at the Startup Accelerator Mass Challenge.
Our only mission is to find the very best entrepreneurs from around the world.
It's not Boston versus Cambridge versus Waltham. It's a regional approach. I do want you to come to Boston, live in Boston, stay in Boston, invest in Boston, retire in Boston, and do everything in Boston.
The mayor and his senior advisors continued to listen to final presentations from transition teams in advance of their reports on a broad range of topics, including arts.
You know, start with, it's a great idea, how could we make it happen, and then work from there.
And transportation.
We think there's a desperate need to increase the mode split, and that we're not done yet. While we have a good transit system, that it needs to do more.
I'm not afraid to try something new.
He continued to listen to faith leaders over concerns about a recent rise in gun violence.
We need a long-term solution. I think the long-term solution is going to be education, but I'm going to be hiring somebody that's going to be strictly dealing with the violence in the streets.
Raise your hand if you're educated here in Boston.
Met with a group of young civic-minded leaders.
Raise your hand if you're a woman. I just want to do that. Yes. And so I want to tell you guys a bit about Forward US. I want to tell you about issues that we're working on now, the things that we care about more broadly, and then I'm going to tell you how you can help.
I know that some of the team is here and they're going to talk to you about some things that we're looking at doing here in Boston. But how do we allow an opportunity for nightlife to stay open later? You know, and at some point, you know, turn off the keg, but allow people to stay. I've been there. Allow people to stay and dance and do other things in some of the clubs in Boston.
But we're a city of 617,000 people. Like, the real opportunity here are the 600,000 other people who should be part of our team. It's the 2.5 million people in this region are all the people who have got a great idea about how to make the city better.
And continued to connect with Bostonians digitally through the first Facebook chat session. Of course, it wouldn't be a week in the mayor's office without a little bit of snow to deal with.
Hi, Mayor. How are you?
How's the calls?
Good. So far, so good.
Gotten, as you saw here today, 1,800 calls since last night, and we're answering them. I think we're at 98% rate. Only 17 people hung up, which is good as far as the calls. We ask people to help their neighbors shovel out hydrants and crosswalks, particularly because we might have another snowstorm this weekend. The issue here is that it hasn't really stopped snowing.
If you have ideas about behind-the-scenes stories that you want to see from City Hall, email us, tweet us, or just let the mayor know when you see him out in your neighborhood.